By the middle of the 1st century BC, Rome ruled the Mediterranean. Its armies were unmatched. Its wealth was staggering. But inside the Senate walls, something was quietly breaking down. Ambitious men were rising faster than the Republic's old traditions could contain them. One of those men would end the Republic entirely, not through betrayal from outside, but through sheer, calculated ambition from within. His name was Gaius Julius Caesar, a senator from a respected but not especially powerful family, known early on for his sharp political instincts and his talent for winning the loyalty of ordinary Romans. But Caesar understood something many senators didn't. Real power in Rome no longer came only from politics. It came from military command. In 58 BC, he took charge of Roman forces in Gaul, modern-day France, and set out to build the kind of legendary reputation that could carry him to the very top of Roman power. The Gallic Wars would last nearly a decade. Caesar fought dozens of tribes across difficult, unfamiliar terrain, using both brutal military force and shrewd political alliances to bring the entire region under Roman control. By the time it was over, Caesar hadn't just conquered Gaul. He had built one of the most loyal, battle-hardened armies Rome had ever seen, an army that answered to him personally, not to the Senate. That loyalty would soon become the most dangerous weapon in Roman politics. Back in Rome, Caesar's growing popularity terrified the Senate. Many feared he intended to use his army to seize total power for himself. The Senate issued an ultimatum: give up command of his legions, return to Rome as a private citizen, and face trial for actions taken during his campaigns. For Caesar, this wasn't just a legal threat. It was almost certainly a death sentence. Roman law was clear. No general was permitted to bring an army across the Rubicon River into Italy. Doing so would mean one thing only: civil war. In January of 49 BC, Caesar reached the riverbank with a single legion at his back. He is said to have paused only briefly before giving the order to cross, reportedly uttering the words, "The die is cast." There was no turning back now. What followed was a brutal civil war fought across the entire Mediterranean world, Roman against Roman, legion against legion. Caesar's rival, the general Pompey, commanded greater numbers. But Caesar's battle-hardened army from Gaul, combined with his own tactical brilliance, proved decisive. Within a few short years, Caesar had defeated every major rival. He returned to Rome not as a senator, but as its undisputed master. Rome named him dictator, a title meant under the old republic to be temporary, granted only in times of extreme crisis. Caesar had no intention of giving it back. He pushed through sweeping reforms, reorganizing the calendar, expanding citizenship, launching massive public building projects. Many of these changes genuinely helped ordinary Romans. But to the Senate, every reform was also a reminder. Real power in Rome no longer belonged to them. By 44 BC, a group of senators had decided there was only one way to save the Republic. They began meeting in secret, convinced that Caesar had to be stopped before he declared himself king outright. On the Ides of March, March 15th, Caesar entered the Senate chamber as he had 100 times before. This time, the senators surrounded him. What followed took only moments. Julius Caesar, the man who had conquered Gaul, and crossed the Rubicon, died on the floor of the very institution he had spent his life outmaneuvering. His killers believed they had saved the Republic. They were wrong. Caesar's death didn't restore the old order. It destroyed what was left of it completely. And in the chaos that followed, a new figure would rise, one who would finish what Caesar started and become Rome's first true emperor. His name was Octavian, and his story is next.